How many of us truly wake up with fire in our hearts? Not just dragging ourselves out of bed to fulfill obligations, but rising with purpose, clarity, and a deep sense of inner strength. In today's world, where distraction and self-doubt wait for us the moment we open our eyes, we need more than motivation. We need structure. We need principles. We need a mental framework that keeps us focused, no matter what life throws our way. That's why what I'm about to share with you isn't just a routine. It's a mindset, built on timeless Stoic philosophy and refined for the modern world. These are 9 principles that will help you anchor your mornings, reclaim your power, and cultivate the discipline required to live with intent. These tools are not theoretical. They are forged from wisdom, designed to elevate your thoughts, sharpen your direction, and ground your emotions. Each principle is a reminder of who you are and what you are capable of. If you've been craving a morning ritual that brings clarity to chaos and turns your mind into your strongest ally, stay with me, because we're about to begin something deeper than a routine. We're building a foundation for a powerful life. Principle 1. I begin with strength. Before the day can pull you in 100 different directions, before the noise, the expectations, the tasks, you stand still. And in that stillness, you remind yourself of one truth. You were not made to fear this day. You were made to master it. When you begin each morning by affirming your strength, you're doing more than giving yourself a boost. You're establishing your mental baseline. You're affirming that no matter what you face, you will not be thrown off course. This is not arrogance. It's not about pretending to have all the answers. It's about grounding yourself in the reality that you are equipped, that your past experiences, your scars, your lessons, all of it has prepared you for this very moment. The world often tries to make us doubt our abilities. It highlights our flaws, amplifies our mistakes, and whispers that we're not enough. But the Stoics understood something essential. Your strength doesn't lie in avoiding struggle. It lies in how you meet it. So when you rise with intention. You step into your day not as a victim of circumstance, but as a force of clarity and presence. You don't need permission. You don't need ideal conditions. You simply need the reminder. You are strong enough to begin. Say it out loud or say it silently. I begin with strength. Let that be your anchor when uncertainty creeps in. Let it remind you that even when you don't have control over outcomes, you always have control over your mindset, your effort, and your response. And that's where real power begins, not in the outside world, but in your choice to start the day grounded, clear, and fully present. Principle 2. I direct my life. The moment you take your first breath of the day, you're presented with a choice. Either you take control of your life, or life takes control of you. This is where most people falter. They wake up and immediately surrender to autopilot, notifications, news, obligations. They react instead of act. But if you want to live with clarity and strength, you must claim the first few moments of your day as yours. The second principle is about reclaiming authorship over your story. You are not a spectator. You are not a passenger. You are the one steering the wheel. No matter how chaotic the world becomes, you have the ability and the responsibility to decide how you respond, where you go, and who you become. The Stoics believed that while we cannot always change external events, we always hold the power to shape our perspective and actions. This means you don't have to wait for better conditions or perfect circumstances to begin living with purpose. You simply have to choose it every single day. When you wake up, remind yourself, I direct my life. These words are not wishful thinking. They're a call to action. They mean that you no longer allow external chaos to dictate your mood, your mindset, or your movement. You focus your energy on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, your discipline. You shape your world not by force, but by focus. Let this principle become your compass. Let it guide your decisions, your interactions, and your thoughts, because the person who directs their own life doesn't wait for momentum. They create it. They don't chase approval. They move with conviction. They don't fear failure. They learn from it and keep building. Every morning, Reclaim your authority. Step into your day with the knowledge that you are the architect, not the observer. You are not here to drift. You are here to drive. Principle 3. My direction is clear. Life doesn't get easier. It gets clearer when you know where you're headed. Too often, we wake up overwhelmed, not because we're incapable, but because we're unclear. Unclear about our purpose. Unclear about our priorities. And when the mind is foggy, even small obstacles feel like mountains. This principle is a declaration. My direction is clear. It doesn't mean the road ahead is smooth. It doesn't mean you won't face detours. What it means is that you're anchored. You know what matters to you, and that knowing cuts through the noise. The Stoics taught that clarity of purpose gives strength to the soul. If you know who you are and what you stand for, then you won't be easily swayed by external pressures or momentary emotions. You can walk through fire and not be burned by doubt, because your direction keeps you steady. This isn't about having a rigid, unchanging plan. It's about having a guiding light. It's about waking up every day and reminding yourself, I move toward growth. I act with purpose. I live aligned with my values. And even when storms come, because they will, your clarity helps you navigate. You don't need to predict the weather, you just need to steer the ship. So instead of beginning your morning in a mental whirlwind, take a breath. Ask yourself, what matters most today? What am I moving toward? What distractions can I let go of? When your path is clear, your actions follow suit. You stop wasting time, you stop second-guessing, you start moving with confidence, not because you know every answer, but because you've chosen your direction. Let this principle remind you, a clear mind leads to a focused life. Principle 4. I grow stronger every day. Progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, and invisible to everyone but you. This principle is your reminder that strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And you build it day by day and by decision, through every small act of discipline, every moment of courage, every time you choose growth over comfort. When you wake up and declare, I grow stronger every day, you're not chasing perfection. You're honoring the process. The Stoics believed that life itself was the training ground, that adversity, hardship, even boredom were tools for forging character. You don't become resilient by avoiding pain. You become resilient by learning from it, adapting through it, and rising above it. Growth doesn't require massive leaps. It asks for consistency. It asks for presence. It asks for the courage to show up even when the results aren't instant. So today, maybe your growth looks like getting out of bed when you don't feel like it. Maybe it's keeping your word when no one's watching. Maybe it's responding with patience instead of reacting with anger. Whatever it is, honor it. You don't need to see immediate transformation. You need to trust the compound effect of disciplined action. Each time you act with integrity, each time you push past a mental limit, you reinforce the foundation of a stronger version of yourself, one who doesn't fold under pressure, one who doesn't need validation to stay the course, one who leads, not follows. You are not the same person you were yesterday. And if you commit to this principle, you won't be the same person tomorrow either. Say it with conviction. I grow stronger every day. And then prove it, not for anyone else, but for the person you're becoming. Principle 5. I am devoted to mastery. Every day offers two paths, comfort or growth. One feels good in the moment, the other shapes your future. To live a focused, fulfilling life, you must choose the path of mastery. That means showing up, even when it's inconvenient. That means giving your best effort, even when no one is watching. That means holding yourself to a standard not set by others, but by your own inner compass. This principle, I am devoted to mastery, is a daily reminder that you are here to evolve, not to coast. The Stoics didn't define excellence as fame or external success. They defined it as a ret, the constant pursuit of virtue, character, and excellence in whatever role you play. Whether you are leading, serving, creating, or learning, your work is sacred when it's done with discipline and intention. Mastery is not a destination. It's a mindset. It means doing ordinary things with extraordinary focus. It means embracing the grind, the repetition, the refinement. It means showing up for yourself, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. And make no mistake, most people won't walk this path. Most will seek shortcuts, approval, or distractions. But you're not most people. You've chosen something greater. Each morning, when you affirm your devotion to mastery, you recommit to becoming the kind of person who doesn't need to talk about discipline because they live it. You become the kind of person who inspires others, not through hype, but through consistency. Excellence isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. So, when you feel tired, when your mind wanders, when doubt creeps in, come back to this. I am devoted to mastery. Let that fuel your focus, guide your habits, and shape your legacy. Principle 6. Excuses. Hold no power over me. The human mind is brilliant, not just in solving problems, but in creating them. And one of its most deceptive creations, excuses. Excuses often wear disguises. They sound reasonable. They feel comforting. I don't have time. I'm not ready yet. Maybe tomorrow. But underneath every excuse is the same truth. Avoidance. When you begin your morning with the principle, excuses hold no power over me, you're declaring that your actions will be guided by purpose, not by fear, not by laziness, not by old habits that keep you stuck. The Stoics were clear about this. Your time is the most precious thing you have, and to waste it on delay or self-deception is to betray your own potential. They didn't entertain the luxury of excuses. They believed in radical self-responsibility, the kind that turns challenges into choices and pressure into growth. Every excuse you eliminate is a door unlocked, a limit removed, a step taken. This principle isn't about being harsh with yourself. It's about being honest, because honesty breeds power. When you own your decisions, even your flaws, you also reclaim the authority to change them. So when your mind tries to rationalize taking the easy path, you catch it, you call it out, and you act anyway. That's where discipline is forged, not in grand gestures, but in the refusal to give power to your own excuses. You don't need perfect circumstances. You need a commitment. You don't need ideal timing. You need intention. Start each day with this inner stance. I will not negotiate with weakness. I will not serve my limitations. I am capable, and I will prove it with action. Because the more you rise above excuses, the more you rise above who you used to be. Principle 7. Greatness is my responsibility. This isn't about ego, it's about ownership. Too many people wait for success to find them, as if greatness is something that shows up when conditions are perfect. But the truth is simple. Greatness isn't something you wait for, it's something you step into, and no one can do it for you. When you say, greatness is my responsibility, you take control of the only thing that truly belongs to you, your effort, your growth, your destiny. The Stoics taught that we are not here to drift through life. We are here to contribute, to serve, to elevate. And the first step in doing that is recognizing that you are built for something more, not by default, but by design. But here's the catch. Your potential means nothing if you don't act on it. You can have brilliance within you, but if you don't cultivate it, it dies unused. This is why greatness demands discipline. It demands sacrifice. It demands daily devotion to the best version of yourself. This isn't about being better than others. It's about becoming the kind of person who leads by example, who brings their gifts into the world fully, without apology, without excuses, without hiding. Each morning remind yourself, no one else will carry this torch for me. It's mine, and I honor it with how I live, how I work, and how I lead. This mindset pushes you to rise above mediocrity, to chase depth over ease, and to give your full self to whatever you're building, whether that's a business, a family, a legacy, or your own personal mastery. Your greatness isn't an accident, it's a duty. And each day you show up for that duty, you move closer to becoming unstoppable. Principle 8. My peace is not up for negotiation. In a world constantly demanding your attention, your reaction, your energy, peace becomes a rare kind of strength. And make no mistake, peace isn't the absence of chaos, it's the ability to remain calm within it. When you begin your morning with the principle, my peace is not up for negotiation, you draw a line, not around the world, but within yourself. You establish that no external situation, no rude comment, no unexpected delay will rob you of your center. The Stoics taught that our inner calm is the only true freedom, because when we are no longer shaken by what we cannot control, we become untouchable, not indifferent, not emotionless, but steady, anchored, wise. This doesn't mean you'll never feel anger or frustration. It means those emotions won't rule you. It means you take a breath before you respond. It means you hold your ground instead of giving it away every time life tests you. So when someone tries to provoke you, when your plans fall apart, or when things just don't go your way, you return to this. My peace is mine, and I will protect it. Because peace is power. It sharpens your decision-making. It deepens your presence. It strengthens your ability to lead, to love, and to endure. And in a world full of noise, a calm presence is not only rare, it's magnetic. People notice, and more importantly, you notice how much better life feels when you move from a place of calm authority rather than emotional chaos. Let this be your code. I will not let the world dictate my mood. I will not waste energy on things beneath my purpose. I will stay rooted. I will stay focused, because when peace is your baseline, everything else becomes a choice, not a trigger. Principle 9. I live fully in this moment. The past is memory. The future is imagination. But this moment, right now, is real. And it's all you truly have. When you begin your day by declaring, I live fully in this moment, you pull yourself out of the mental haze of regret, worry, and distraction. You return to presence, to clarity, to life. So many people sleepwalk through their mornings, checking phones, racing through routines, rushing towards some future point where they think they'll finally feel in control. But the Stoics knew the truth. Everything you are seeking, peace, focus, strength, meaning, is already available here, in the now. You just have to pay attention. When you commit to this principle, you don't ignore your goals. You don't forget the lessons of the past. But you stop letting them rob you of the richness of now, because this moment, your breath, your awareness, your presence, is where your power lives. Living fully in the present means you engage with life instead of numbing yourself to it. You taste your coffee. You feel the air in your lungs. You listen deeply when someone speaks. You move through your tasks with intention. You train your body and your mind like they matter, because they do. The Stoic mindset teaches us that every day is a gift, and how we live it is a reflection of our philosophy. When you live in the present, you stop chasing the illusion of someday. You realize that fulfillment doesn't come later. It comes now, through how you show up, what you give, and what you choose to focus on. So make this your final morning reminder. I am not promised another day, but I have this one, and I will live it deeply, wisely, and fully, because when you learn to own the moment, you learn to own your life. Thank you for spending these moments with me today. Remember, it's not just what you do in the morning, but how you think, how you feel, and how you act that sets the tone for your life. These 9 Stoic principles aren't just habits. They are anchors, mental disciplines to keep you focused, calm, and aligned with your purpose. So start each day with intention. Choose power over passivity, and carry these truths with you, not just in the morning, but through everything you face. If you found value in today's message, consider watching one of the suggested videos on your screen, and keep deepening your practice of Stoic living. Every sunrise is a new invitation to rise with it, Don't waste it. I'll see you in the next one.